President Joe Biden tells other NATO countries America is there for them. He is taking part in the NATO Summit in Brussels, Belgium today after wrapping up the three-day-long G7 summit in the UK. White House Correspondent Owen Jensen reports. Owen.
Tracy, good evening to you. President Joe Biden reaffirmed the U.S. commitment to NATO, the North Atlantic Treaty Organization, whose 30 members basically come to each other's aid in case one is attacked. It's known as Article 5, which President Biden said the U.S. takes as a sacred obligation.
NATO leaders, including President Joe Biden, gather for a group photo. The president is at the Alliance's headquarters for the first NATO summit of his presidency.
I want to make it clear. NATO is critically important for U.S. interest in and of itself. If there weren't one, we'd have to invent one.
And while sitting down with NATO Secretary General Jens Stoltenberg, the president also said of the alliance,
it allows America to conduct its business around the world in a way that never would have occurred were it not for NATO.
NATO leaders declared China poses a constant security challenge and is working to undermine global order. They're worried about how fast the Chinese are developing nuclear missiles. Also hanging over the meeting, Russia.
We have new challenges, and we have Russia that is not acting in a way that is consistent with what we had hoped, and as well as China.
Our relationship with Russia is at its lowest point since the Cold War.
President Biden will meet Wednesday with Russian President Vladimir Putin. President Putin said in the interview on state TV Russia would cooperate in the extradition of cyber criminals if the U.S. agreed to do the same. He also issued a new warning that the prospect of Ukraine joining NATO was unacceptable for Russia.
Now, at a news conference, President Biden was asked a lot of questions related to Russia. He said the U.S. is not looking for conflict with that nation, but will respond if necessary. Now, earlier, President Putin said that he suggested that those arrested for what happened at the Capitol on January 6th, he said they're being subjected to, quote, persecution for political opinions. At the White House, Owen Jensen, EWTN News Nightly.